Hey everybody, we're here. Five for talking tier list time. We're gonna jump into tier list land in a second. I'm here with Caps, the captain of the show. Today we're gonna go over all of the best trades. Oh, what happened there? What
Forgot my
happened
hat.
there?
Forgot my hat. Sorry,
Forgot his
guys.
hat. Sorry guys. You know what? He let us down, but it's okay. So we're gonna be tier listing all of the teams at the trade deadline. What we think they did. Were they poo poo or were they very good? We're gonna find out, and we'll jump right into tier list land. Caps will open it up for us. He's the captain. That's why he has to do it. I'm only assistant. I'm the assistant GM. All right, here we go. So we have 5 categories. We have excellent, good work, no change, meh, and did they even know about the trade deadline? Um, there's going to be a few of those. So let's start off with the Ducks. They made a few moves. You know what? Okay, so we didn't really kind of touch on that, but I found a lot of the stuff questionable that they did. I understand they're going for a rebuild. They picked up a lot of draft picks and whatnot, but like they got rid of a lot of really good players.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like, I don't understand the rebuild here. Are you planning like a 20-year rebuild? Like, I'm kind of confused.
Well, they can't. We can't really put them in the last category because they've done trades. They did some trades, but I think it should go into the meh.
Okay. Yeah, I'll live with that.
Yeah.
So before we get into Arizona here, which is the next team, I would like to quote John Scott, former NHL player, and his opinion on this.
I think I've
The,
seen this
Coyote,
one.
the Coyotes are such a joke. Bettman is worried about the teams using LTIR to spend more money, but he's okay with them using LTIR to not spend anything on the ice, to not spend anything and ice an AHL team in a college arena. They now have almost 30 million in LTIR dead money, and they only pay their players $43 million. So, um, did they even know about the trade debt? No. We have to admit, somehow, some way, this was good work.
Where do you want me to put it?
I feel like I kind of feel like it was good work.
Do you?
They acquired all dead contracts for draft picks. They cleared out all the players they didn't want to have. They still have a shot at Bedard.
Uh, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
This is a first. Excellent.
Yeah. I
The
mean,
Boston Bruins. This is the Boston Bruins, by the way, people.
yeah.
Excellent. They made small moves. All of them paid off. And I feel like, yeah, good for them. Did they even know it was the trade deadline for the Buffalo Sabres? Because I don't even think they made a trade. I don't like. Did they even know?
Well, for this team coming up.
Okay, so Buffalo Sabres were definitely agreeing for did they even know about the trade deadline. Calgary Flames, I'm also going to agree with did they even know about the trade deadline.
Yeah, I mean, you got Daryl Sutter coming out saying we're capable of going on a 21 game winning streak, and they don't do anything in the trade deadline to upgrade their roster. Oh boy,
Their roster's good. They just can't figure it out.
they just can't
Um,
figure it out.
the Carolina Hurricanes. I want to honestly say no change, but I feel like that one move was enough to be like, okay, good work, because Gossespierre is pretty good.
I will agree with you, but they're going to have to go on the back of the line for this category because
I appreciate that you've learned the lines, you know, back of the line, baby.
all right, meh.
Yeah, ahead of the Ducks though, because they got so many draft picks, regardless of the quality of them.
Yeah.
I think Colorado's little moves were good.
I
I
think they
think
did
good
good work.
work. I
Yeah,
think at the top of good work.
yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Columbus Blue Jackets. Okay, come on. This has to be like I don't know how to rank it because they did make trades, but they were really bad. Okay, at the end of May,
Yeah.
no change.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like they did
I
some
don't think
moves.
either
But I
trade
don't think
really
they
helped them.
yeah, like I don't know. Yeah. Detroit.
This is a hard one. What
This
do
is a
you think?
very hard one.
They could go in any of those middle three categories realistically. Because they did have some good trades, but they didn't really change anything. And also some of the trades were meh.
They gave up Tyler Bertuzzi.
They did get first round picks.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I think they did some pretty good work. You know, if they're building for the future.
Okay, how about at the end of good work?
Okay, all right. Because I think Detroit realizes that it's going to be tough for them to compete with some of the top teams in the Eastern Conference right now, and they need to build for the future. So they gave up some good assets. Now they got some picks. They're Steve Eiserman doing what Steve Eiserman does. He's in it for the long haul, kind of like with Tampa.
He does
So
what he
it's going to be
does.
a process for him. I think they did okay. Yeah, Oilers.
Ahead of Carolina? I mean, you got a slightly better defenseman. You dumped the contract for Puyarvi, and then I can't remember the other trade, but the other trade they made was pretty decent.
Okay.
What the hell was the other trade? Anyways, digressing. Yeah, no, at the bottom. They have to go lower than all of them. Because they're a team with actual playoff contention
Supposed to be
abilities,
at least.
and they didn't make any moves. Buffalo's on the cusp, and so is Calgary. Well, Calgary's a little bit further out than Buffalo is. Florida and Buffalo are tied at this point that we're doing this video. But I do think that Florida really needed some pieces and didn't go for it.
I don't even know if they realized that there was a trade deadline going on. Like
Fair
seriously.
enough. Fair enough.
I'm gonna put this somewhere and you tell me what you think, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna agree with you. I think they should go ahead of Boston.
Wow. Okay.
I think the trade they made, just that one trade alone, was more impactful than either of Boston's moves.
Like we're just evaluating this based on what they need and what their needs are. Like I think LA did really well.
They addressed their defenseman situation and got rid of Quick's contract and replaced it with another starting goalie.
Yeah. The Wild. This one's a tough one.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird one, right? Like situationally, but I think it was good work. Like maybe at the end somewhere. I don't feel like they no changed. Montreal made some trades, but I feel like it was a no change.
Nashville. They gave up Alcom to Edmonton.
And they lost Janot. And they lost I can't remember the other guy.
They got a hefty package for some of these guys, man.
I don't know. I mean, but although so did the Ducks and so did the Blackhawks, right? So did they really get better? Like, were their pieces so fantastic that they actually the Janot trade is like, well, it's going to go down in history as a legendary trade, like one of the most one-sided trades that we've ever seen.
So you think they did good work?
I think they did good work.
Right.
I'll put them ahead of Minnesota even. Oh, baby. This is like Excelanto.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
It's just
They got Meyer and whatever his name was. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think legit. Like we're not choosing who's gonna win the cup. I'm just talking like
yeah,
trade. What's the trade deadline?
yeah.
If we include Bo Horvat,
Because that happened a long time ago.
let's just give them no change. Put them at the top of no change. Because they didn't really they retooled a bit, but I don't know how much better they really got.
Come on, man, they got Anvil. Rangers. You know, I think we went back and forth with this. I mean, when you look at them,
I'm not going to pretend like the trades were bad. I think that the roster changes are what's going to be bad for them.
yeah, they're gonna have to tinker with the roster a little bit. Did they do good work?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They got it. I think they're at the top of good work because that Patrick Kane trade is hilariously bad.
So where do you think they should go?
Ahead of Colorado.
Ottawa.
Excellent. I really do think so. They made some smart little moves and then picked up Chikrin. And that's a huge. You have Chikrin and Shabbat now.
Looked like Chikrin got injured the other day, right?
I don't remember. I feel like I heard that, but I don't remember. So I don't want to speculate. Yeah. Pittsburgh. I like their little moves. Maybe, but they kind of just replaced players with other players, so maybe no change at the
Yeah,
top.
I was thinking the same thing, man.
Yeah, put it behind the Islanders. The Islanders are slightly better.
Sharks.
They dumped a lot of pieces. They got back a lot of prospects and draft picks. However, I think they lost every trade that they made. I genuinely feel like every trade they were the worst person in the trade.
All right. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. They didn't change. Oh yeah, they didn't even make a trade. Yeah. And I think given where they are, not making a trade was kind of silly.
Yeah. Well, I would put them in the same category as Florida.
Yeah.
I'll put that. Let those two duke it
Yeah,
out.
let them be friends.
St. Louis.
I really like everything St. Louis did. I really, really do.
Good work, eh?
I think they got to be ahead of Detroit at least, or even Carolina.
Well, let's not get a. Come on.
Okay.
Tampa.
They got to be in meh. I think I don't like any of the trades that they made. I don't necessarily not like the pieces that they got. I just think that at the end of the day, those pieces weren't really what they needed, and they lost both trades. Well, okay, they tied the trade with San Jose. We'll call that a tie. But I feel like they way overpaid to
All
get
right,
Janot.
we'll go with yours.
What did you want to do?
You know what? We'll stick with that.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of fair.
Toronto.
I'm okay. Don't hate me for this. I think they're the top of excellent. I know you don't like it when I do things like this, but I genuinely feel that way. You got a superstar, Ryan O'Reilly. You addressed every single one of your needs.
I'm going to put them beside Boston.
I'll take it.
Because we just got to see how this plays out, man.
Okay, you know what? Be fair to me and let's put it ahead of Boston. So they're still next to Boston, but
I'm gonna reserve my opinions for anything Toronto related because I just want to see them succeed. I don't want to jinx anything anymore.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah. Vancouver.
Fuck, man. So sorry for swearing. They're meh. Like in the Chicago, San Jose region. Like, I just want to point out to people too, the no change category is better than meh because they kind of made trades, but they didn't really change. Like, their team is still equally as good, if not a little bit better than it was. It's just they didn't really do anything to like super improve the situation. The Met is they made trades, but I just don't think the trades were good or necessary. Vegas is meh. I mean, I like that they got Jonathan Quick, but like, is he really the guy?
Washington.
I liked everything Washington did. I would say it's somewhere in the end of good work. I think they quietly retooled without a full rebuild. They got young pieces. They got draft picks.
Yeah, but to give up a first round draft pick for Sandin, wow, that's
But they believe in Sandin. Maybe might be the core of their future defense, right?
well, let's see. Winnipeg, I would say good work.
Yeah, definitely. I would say good all the way up by like Edmonton. They gave up really nothing and got two good wingers.
I think Tampa should go up into no change.
Do it.
I think they should go right there.
No, I'm totally good with that.
Yeah, because they did pick up Janot, and who
I
knows?
mean, yes.
Who
But
knows
they
what
didn't
could
need
happen?
that. They didn't need him.
Yeah, well,
My point when I say I doesn't need is when you look at their roster, there wasn't a glaring hole where that they needed to fill with that specific player for the cost that they paid. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, no,
Like,
that's granted, but
it's not bad, and they moved a few contracts out, so I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with this.
You know what? Can we move Dallas? No, you know what? Let's leave Dallas. I think that's fine. All right, this is our final ranking here. I do think that the top 5 teams were the best teams at the deadline, and I do think the bottom 5 were the worst teams at the deadline because they didn't even really do anything. I'd like to just quickly before we shut this down, the Rangers are there specifically because I just think that they didn't need to make both of those trades, even though they won the Patrick Kane trade. It's the way that the roster could be affected going forward. I don't want to be like, they didn't need to get 2 wingers. You know what I mean? They weren't in like a winger shortage like position. So I don't want to call that like, oh, you did such a good job. Is that fair?
I'll leave it at that.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Let us know which team you think did the best in the comments, and peace out.